no intimacy or really bad intimacy, meaning your sex life sucks. You're not happy, you're not satisfied. That's the problem, right? That's the case of one of my clients, and they didn't know what to do, how to revive that, how to rekindle the flame of love in the bedroom. Why? Because this is the thing. The problem is that without sex, your relationship is gonna be over. It will be over if you don't have those love-making sessions. That's what it is. Sex is love-making. Love doing something for you, which is connecting with your partner, building the relationship up. Among the many things, love-making is one of the most important things to keep your relationship going. You can have a lot of drama, stress, problems, and everything. You can deal with them if you are connected and together. So remember, couples that solve it together, stay together. See? But this client was struggling with this. He didn't know what to do. They didn't know what was happening. And this is what we're gonna do here. Solve that problem so that, this is what they did actually. This is what I had them do. This is gonna help you. I thought this is gonna help you so that you, instead of feeling like dissatisfied, angry, frustrated, sexually frustrated, feeling like you have to masturbate instead of having those beautiful moments with your partner. Or maybe you go out and you start thinking of other women or other men, and that's not cool. That's like, because that's gonna destroy your relationship. It will. So how can we bring it back? How can we bring that love romance back? First thing, number one is you gotta control your emotions. I always talk about it. This is like when I was going to the companies, like I was dealing with a lot of stress. And the minute I was driving in the car, like I was 100 miles an hour. You can see my bio, like I talk about it. 100 miles an hour, super fast, have no time, lots of drama, problems at home. My wife, who is now my ex, was giving me a hard time all the time. And then we didn't communicate, This client had something similar where there's no communication, and I'll tell you how to deal with it. But see, in my case, I was going so fast, and I arrived at the company all tense, but it was incredible because the minute I parked the car, I would just do this. Look, just like that. I walk in the lobby, the company, going to the meeting room, train those people. Guess what? I was the most energetic, peaceful, calm, patient person on earth. And all it took was that exercise. I did it repeatedly because I had to. You see, I had to be a professional. You have to be a professional as well when it comes to dealing with your wife, with your husband, with your man, with your woman. You gotta be able to control your emotions, keep them in check, and because if you do that, to begin with, you're gonna be in a much more peaceful, enjoyable space. Secondly, you're gonna be more resourceful. And thirdly, you're gonna be more loving, easily nicer to your woman, kinder to your man. And lovemaking is more, let's say, highly likely to happen if you are in control of your emotions because you have that space, peace. And you can understand your woman if she's having some problems, right? Number two, see, one of the things that I also did when I went home, and this is what my client needed to do as well, is like you come home from work, you bring all the drama, all the stress, all the concerns from the company into your house, into your home, for your partner to deal with that. It's not fair. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you actually have to maybe bring it because you can't just leave them at work. It's like it's so difficult. I understand that, but the point here is not for you to like let them affect your relationship. You leave them at the door as much as you can, and if you cannot, then tell your partner, especially if you're your husband, you can tell him, hey, if you're a man, I mean, you should be able to handle that on your own. Most men should be able to handle that on their own because that's why they're men. But women, they should, yeah. But sometimes they need you as a man to be there for them, to be like their source of peace, let's say, when they're bringing all these kinds of emotions. Because that's, like my ex-wife, like this client, she wouldn't communicate. My ex-wife would. This client, she wouldn't communicate. She wouldn't say what she was dealing with, so she would just be quiet and mean or angry or just silent, ignore him, because she's dealing with a lot of stress. And how do you think he felt? Imagine like when my ex-wife, she would come home from work and she would tell me all the things that happened, and I'd like, oh, I got no time for that. I mean, that relationship would have been terrible if I didn't listen, but it wasn't. My client, I told him, you got to listen to her. And I told her, don't come and be grumpy. Come home and tell him I'm dealing with this. Give me a minute. And then it's time for him to say, yeah, no, kidding. What happened? Why is that? You know? And then step by step, like maybe progressively, she's going to keep telling you what's going on. If you're a man, your woman rarely wants to hear your problems. Maybe she wants to, but she can't, you know, because she's also busy with something else. And as a man, you should be able to control that on your own with your friends or with a coach like me. Why? Because women, it is scientifically proven that women talk more because that's their nature. It's feminine energy. It's a femininity, it's a beauty of women. Whereas men, we tend to talk less, especially when you talk a story. Like you can hear it out, like, hey, how's it going? Fabulous. You ask a woman and she will tell you, like, you know, this girl, she's telling me, oh, when here, this is what happened, and I just wait, and then she keeps telling me more, and then, you know, she's made 5, 6, 7 points before I even know it. Whereas men, I mean, you see the chats with your friends who are men, check it out. How long are they? Check the chat of your woman with another woman. How long are they? See what I mean? You get the point. So you're going to be able to voice it out, and that's the point about communication. That would be point number 3. Number one is control your emotions. Number 2, leave it at the door. And number 3, communicate. Learn to voice it out. You have to be able to voice it out. That way you can have, like I said, you go to my website, you see relationships.coach Alex Jara is. You want to see that? I promise love, romance, and satisfaction again in your relationship. If you found this of value, make sure you like it, subscribe, share it with your friends, share with those who need it, share it with your partner. If your partner needs it, share with them. Let them hear it, because sometimes we don't know what to do, but I'm here for you. So I'll see you in the next video.